Это вторая презентация моей книги на благодатной земле Великобритании.
This is the second presentation in the welcoming country of Great Britain that I've had the opportunity to present this book.
Представлять казахскую литературу, особенно в данном случае мою книгу «На земле Шекспира», Вальтера Скотта, Бернарда Шоу, Джона Байрона и так далее, многих классиков мировой культуры, это не всякому писателю дано такое счастье.
Not every writer from our country would have such an honour and the good fortune to be able to present one of his works here in Britain, the land of Shakespeare and Byron and Shaw, and I very much appreciate this. Our teacher, Seydou, looked miserable too. He couldn't possibly be thought of as young anymore, but he still managed to get himself called to the front. It was not long before he came back again, but by that time with an empty sleeve. He stood in front of us, silent as he looked into our faces, as if he was getting to know his class all over again. His class 3 should have been a class of 9-year-olds, but now the age range was much wider and we were a motley bunch. I thought to myself that our class was rather like the size 8 boots, which I had on now, but which had to do for Mama and my sister Erkinai as well. And they could even have fitted an adult man if there had been one in our household. She must have felt awkward among us children, for one night she ran off to marry Touré Verdi from the neighbouring collective farm. Her young lad was wounded in the first few months of the war and soon came back home. Our teacher Seydou remembered us all very clearly, of course, after the long interruption in our schooling. But so as to keep to the old routine, he picked up the register and began calling out our names. Asmanov, absent. What's up with him? A telegram came about his father. Seydou fell silent for a long time and then said in a subdued voice, as if talking to himself, "After school, I'll call round." Then he called out the next name, Atabayev. He's not here. He went to collect dry dung from the cattle yard, but he hasn't come back yet. Baribayeva. Yes, called out Gul Jamal. Before that, the small girl had been sitting with me at the same pair of desks. She had seemed to be the star of the class then and everybody's favourite.
It's very impressive. The book was very moving. I was moved by the writing. It actually, especially the chapter that was read through the eyes of the child in the classroom. And I like the expressions like a bullet hit the village. Quite poetic. Although it was written by a man, probably, I don't know when the book was written, but it's a grown-up man. But through the eyes of the child is quite sort of what we call a stereometric kind of narrative, telling the story. And you can feel the whole collective mood.
I've come this evening because I was involved in an event last autumn for the Noor Festival for the Royal Borough of Kensington and Chelsea. And Dr. Rahima was involved in this, and she invited me this evening, and I was interested in finding out more about Kazakhstan. And I'm hoping in the near future I will be traveling to Kazakhstan to do photography, because to me these countries are so varied. There's so many different costumes, music, landscapes to see, and I like to take a country that maybe the world doesn't know much about and show them a different side to change their perceptions of what this country is like.
There couldn't be a better fitting commemoration to the World War I. We are at the moment in the midst of what happened in 1914, 1915 to 1918. And this book brings alive the memories of people who lived through that. And it also is a reminder to our generation and the generations behind us, the fallacy of war and the people and their ideals what they fight for, they are all in vain, as the author himself has put it very eloquently in this particular book.
Yes.
Добрый вечер, господа. Мы проводим второй раз в Лондоне фестиваль казахского искусства. И каждый год мы представляем пьесу Дулата Исабекова «The Transit Passenger» и занимаемся популяризацией его произведений. В этом году, в связи с 70-летием Победы, мы представили его рассказ «Мы не знали войны». И книга была встречена публикой очень тепло, и все восхищались работой Дулата Исабекова. Пьесу «Транзитный пассажир» мы уже показывали в Лондоне на английском языке. На этот раз мы ее показываем на казахском языке с английским переводом. Удивительно, сегодня пьеса прошла с большим успехом в Лондоне, в театре, в Королевском театре Britten Theatre of Royal College of Music. И публика, даже английская публика, восприняла эту пьесу великолепно. Все плакали, все слушали пьесу внимательно и сказали, что сюжет пьесы, независимо от языка, дошел до зрителя великолепно. Мы надеемся, что следующие пьесы Дулата Исабекова будут встречены английской публикой столь же тепло и столь же восхищенно. Спасибо.
Біз мінекей сәті түсіп Қызылорда облысы Қазақстанның бір оңтүстігінде тұрған қала. Содан мінекей өнерімізді алып келдік. Дулат ағамыздың ескідегі екі кездесу деген, Дулат Исабековтың ескідегі екі кездесу деген қойған режиссеріміз, театрдың көркемдік жетекшісі Хусейн Әмір Темір деген. Міне біз Лондонға келіп, ұйықтасақ түсімізге кірген жоқ мұндай бақыт.
Енді біз бірнеше күннен бері Лондон жеріне де аяқ бастық, яғни ұлы Шекспир тағы сондай үлкен театрға, жалпы әлемдік деңгейдегі ұлы адамдардың еліне келіп жатырмыз. Және жай ғана келмей, өзіміздің өнерімізді, яғни қазақ.
Бүгін міне Лондонда, маңдай театрдың сахнасында өзіміздің өнерімізді Лондон халқына ұсынғалы отырмыз. Санаулы минуттан кейін сахнаға шығамыз. Дулат ағамыздың ескідегі кездесу атты пьесасымен
Лондонға келгенімізге өте бақыттымыз. Құдай қаласа қазір спектакль ойнайын деп тұрмыз. Құдай сәтін салсын. Бұл Лондонды көру 2001-нің қолына берілмеген нәрсе. Сондықтан біз өте бақыттымыз. 3 күн тез өтіп кетті. Лондонның керемет жерлерін көрдік.
Біз енді жаңа менің актерлерімді айтып жатыр. Ең ауызға бірінші ілінетіні Англия десек, біз Шекспир деп айтамыз, түсінеміз, ұғамыз. Содан кейін королевалар, корольдар елі деп ұғамыз. Өйткені о бастан бүкіл тарихтың, Шекспирдің шығармаларын оқып жүріп, біз корольдардың өмірлерін үйреніп, корольдардың оқып үйреніп жатамыз. Сондықтан біз бүгін
It was first time I saw this play and it was really beautiful, really amazing. I was really touched. I couldn't imagine it was so hot, warming and amazing. So thank you very much for the experience.
I saw the play now for the 5th time. I saw it in London last year and 3 times in Astana, and it's still very beautiful and very moving. Thank you very much, Raima, to have done this. Thank you, thank you.
We just finished watching the play and we really enjoyed it, despite not being a Kazakh speaker or a native speaker or understanding Kazakh. I think I speak for everyone. I say that we all really felt connected to the play and we really understood the moments of comedy, the moments of despair, and it was really interesting and it was very professionally performed. I thought that was really interesting, and it's great that the Aytmatov Academy prepared this and organised this event. So it's been a really nice evening, and I feel like I've become more connected to the Kazakh culture, and I really enjoyed the play.
This was a beautiful performance. I haven't seen a play in a different language performed in the heart of London, next to the prestigious Royal Albert Hall. It was fantastic. The relationships expressed in that play were just phenomenal. The way the author, and particularly the director, has been able to bring that to alive from the original book. The testimony was the way the audience reacted to the performance itself. So well done to the Aytmatov Academy for staging this in London. We look forward to seeing more of these performances in the future. Thank you very much.